Hello and welcome to the third part of setting up Runcloud series. In this part we're gonna take a look how you can create your staging site, how you can clone your web application, and also how you can back up your web application and database. So first let's get started with the staging site. Here as you can see we are in the main menu with the web applications. You go to your web application and on the left side you will see the staging options. You go there. And now we will configure our staging site by clicking Get Started button. For the site authentication, you want to protect your site so nobody can access it, only you with the username and password. So we're gonna select our username and protect it with a strong and complicated password. Also, we want to disable search engine and we don't need caching for our staging site. For the domain, I'm gonna use stage.webnestify.uk. For DNS integration, you can select Advanced of Cloudflare if you have a business plan, or you will set up the integration manually. So now when we go to our DNS registrar, we're gonna add a record. For this I'm gonna using CNAME. Name is gonna be stage and it's gonna resolve on our root domain. And we're gonna click save. I made a typo, so it's gonna be stage. Save. And now we can continue. For the SSL, it's gonna be using SSL that you set up in your main applications. So we're gonna deploy our staging site. And usually it takes around a minute or two, but it really depends on the size of your web application. So we will be back when the staging is complete. So our staging site has been created, and also you can see in the notifications in this corner, you can see that staging has been created successfully. So we're gonna also verify the SSL. So we need to go back to main menu when we have our web applications, and here we will see the new one. It's gonna be only for staging. And as you can see, SSL is active. So let's go to our website. And here it will ask you the username and password we set up when we was creating our staging site. So it's gonna be training and password training. Sign in. Did I make a typo? Training. Training. All right, perfect. And now we can go to WP admin. I'm gonna log in and we're gonna install the plugin, and then we're gonna clone the staging to our live website. So we go to plugin, add a new plugin. We're gonna choose bbPress just for demonstration purposes. And activate. We have our bbPress, and now we're gonna check our live site. I'm gonna refresh. Plugins, we don't have any bbPress. So now we go back to our Runcloud dashboard. We select our main application. We go back to the staging menu. And here you have options. You can migrate all database tables, or you can select the specific tables that you want to migrate from staging to the live site. So for this we're gonna migrate all tables, and we're gonna do the sync and merge. And also you can see the progress of merging your application here in the notifications menu. And also here we have options to switch from production to staging or from staging to productions. So now we're gonna check our live website if the bbpress plugin was installed. We're gonna reload. As we can see, we have our bbpress. Okay, now we're gonna clone the web applications, and the cloning is if you want to have a different version of the same website. You can also use staging, but if you want to tinker with some advanced stuff, or you want to have two separate versions, I recommend to creating a clone. So we go back to our web applications, and here on the right side you can see the three-dot menu, and we go to the settings, and where is it? Yeah, here in the menu is cloning. So we go to cloning, and you want to fill the details. You want to select your server if you have two servers, or you can clone this web application to your one server that you're currently in. Also, you can select the clone database, and this is pretty straightforward, like we set up our web application. So I will fill this in, and we will be back. So we selected our training current server. We selected that we want to clone database, and here you can choose which database you want to clone. If you want to clone from the live site, or if you want to clone database from the staging site. So for this we're gonna select our live site, and we're gonna name it training 2. New web application name is gonna be training 2. User gonna be training, and here we can select the domain. So for this is gonna be training2.webnestify.uk, and we're gonna create our CNAME record also. So we go back to our registrar. We're gonna select CNAME. It's gonna be training2, and target is gonna be root. So, and we click save. And for the SSL, depending on your plan, you can select advanced or basic. So I'm gonna select advanced because I have business plan, and I'm gonna enable the auto SSL feature. And we're gonna clone the web application. And as we can see, we will have real-time notifications how the progress is made. Okay, and now we have our new clone version of our live site. And we can verify it by going to the web application. And here is our training2 site, and SSL is still in progress. We can check the SSL. Usually it takes 2 to 3 minutes, but sometimes it can take up to 24 hours. Now when we have our SSL certificate, we can go check the training2 site. We're gonna go to WP admin to verify everything was cloned perfectly. I'm gonna log in, and we should have our two plugins, bbpress and the litespeed cache. Go to plugins, install plugins, and yes, everything we have from the live site. So it's pretty easy and straightforward. Now we're gonna check the backups feature on the Runcloud, and the backup version 3 is still in beta. That means you will have unlimited storage, but when the backups will go out of beta, depending on your plan, you will have access on the basic plan to 2 GB of the Runcloud storage, On the Pro plan you will get 10 gigabytes of storage, and on the business plan you will get access to the 30 gigabytes of the Runcloud storage. So we're gonna create our first backup. And also I want to show you that depending on the plan, you will, on the basic plan, you will have access to the Amazon S3, that is for unlimited backups outside of the Runcloud storage. On the Pro plan you will get access to the Amazon S3, Dropbox and Google Drive, and on the business plan you will get access to everything. And the difference between a Runcloud storage or external storage is that on the Runcloud storage you can set up incremental backups, but when you go with the external storage you cannot create incremental backups for now. It is a planned feature, but for now it will only create the full backups. So let's move with the Runcloud storage. So we selected our web application and database. Here in this menu you will select your application that you want to make a backup. We're gonna name this training backup. You can choose label whatever you want, and here you can select the full backup or incremental backup. And also if you want to compress the backup file, you can select .tar.gzip compression. Sometimes it warns you when you have a really large site up to 10 gigabytes, you will get a message that your server is using too much resources, but you can I will walk you through how you can set up the server notifications in the next part of the Runcloud series. And here you can select the backup frequency. You can select up to 12 hours, and also you can select the backup file retention. It will store 3 days your backups. And here you can, if you have some custom folders that you don't wanna to backup, you can select the folders here. And for the notifications, you want to get notified when the backup is successful or when the backup is failed. So for this we're gonna select all, and we're gonna create our backup. And our backup is prepared, and when we go to our menu, we go to training backup. It's already uploading our backup. And after 2 minutes our backup is uploaded, and as we can see our size is 21 megabytes, which is pretty low. So we checked our staging site, we created the web application clone, and we set up the backups for our applications. If you have any questions or need some help, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I will do my best to help you. And also in the next part of the series we're gonna check how you can I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks regarding the Lightspeed stack, some configs that I recommend to change, and other features we're gonna check. So stay tuned and see you next week.